What's up, everybody? The long-awaited video, a full-length cooking and talking video. We're not using the microwave. We're not doing quick meals. We cooking steak and spinach today. Come over here. Come check it out. Come check it out. So, for your steak and spinach, you're gonna need a steak and you're gonna need some spinach. I would cook something else, but it might take too long, and I don't know how long I got. And today's topic of the video is going to be talking about fear in the mind and body, and why we should step into fear and not run away from it. Alright, step one to cooking the steak, you got to wash it off. Alright, so when you wash it off, you want to use cold water, you know what I'm saying? And you ain't got to do nothing crazy like put soap or nothing on it, but just make sure you get the nasty things you can't see off. Alright, once it's washed off, rinsed off with the cold water, put it on the plate and make sure you have some paper towel to like dry it up. Because one thing I noticed, if you keep it wet, it's gonna be wet when you cook it, and then it's gonna come out great, and it's not gonna have that nice crisp that everybody like and see on TikTok. So come on. Just pat it down, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like when you get out the shower, you want to be really dry, you know what I'm saying? Pat it down, you know what I'm saying? Treat it like a nice lady, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be gentle with it, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Alright, we're gonna let the steak dry off and then pat it down, you know what I'm saying? Now you wanna put some of your oil on there, right? This is gonna help your seasoning stick, okay? So come on, so check it out. Luxurious, you know what I'm saying? You gotta treat the steak like a lady. You gotta rub it in a little bit, you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know what I'm saying? Wait, I don't know if I can make that joke clear. Now that you've oiled both sides, you wanna just do your salt and your pepper, right? So, don't do too much. You will get like high cholesterol, which is not good. I had high cholesterol when I was a kid. It's not a fun experience. I'm okay now though, like if anybody was wondering. You got your salt on, take your pepper, you know, put it across, not too crazy. I never can really taste pepper. I don't know, it don't really have a flavor, but I put it on there for the aesthetic, I guess. It gotta be doing something. You know, they was fighting over it like in the 1800s. So, or was that like the 1700s? Don't quote me on any history, alright? Alright, now your steak has been seasoned up with your salt and your pepper. I'm gonna say the surprise because I got all these other wonderful seasonings. I'm not gonna get a recipe to right now for later, okay? So now that that's done, boom. Next thing you wanna do is heat up your skillet. Let me see. This is not a gas stove, so you don't get to see the fire, you know what I'm saying? Or like if I move it around, it just gets super hot. But be careful, depending on whatever type of stove you got, your eye might get 300 degrees. I might be over exaggerating, I don't never be checking, but be careful. Do not leave your stove on too long or your house will burn down. So, water pan heat up. Today, I want to discuss fear. Growing up, I used to fall into fear a lot and be scared to be myself or try new things because I wasn't sure what would happen if I did. But as I got older, I started to realize that fear should be used as a motivator. Fear is an invitation to try something new. Fear is an invitation to feel your emotions, to feel what your brain is hardwired to react to. You know what I'm saying? You don't really feel exhilaration, excitement, sadness, anger if you don't step into the things that you're scared of. Think about going to a haunted house. Mostly everybody is scared of them. But when you in there, you screaming, might be crying if you're really scared. And at the end of it, you excited, you laughing about the things that just happened, the things that transpired. But look how you grew as a person through the haunted house, you know what I'm saying? Once you get done with the haunted house, you might not be scared of the things you was once scared of. And even if you are, you got to experience them. You got to feel heightened emotions. I realized that when I was living in fear, and even when I grew up and I fell back into fear, it's not something that you completely beat. That I would fall into these like depressive states, these anxious states where I was monitoring everything around me. And what I like to do is live in the flow state. I like to live in the free life, you know what I'm saying? Being myself, meeting new people, because that's the only way I feel like I can press forward. I feel like when people can understand what fear is, or understand what their fears are, they can start living a life that's better for them. They can start promoting things that they wish to see in the world. But it all starts with putting one foot in front of the other. Alright. Now that the pan is hot, you want to grab some tongs. Do not be trying to stick the steak in the pan with your hands. You're not built like that. Unless you are, you know what I'm saying? I ain't discriminating. But here we go. Yeah. But just let it get brown on that side, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. Another talking point that I really want to discuss about fear is that what we often fall into when we find ourselves scared of something is thinking about the consequences, the risk taking, the what ifs. But we have to realize that it's us who get to envision our own outcome. What if it goes bad? What if I fall off? What if I fail? But you can also change that and flip it and say, what if I succeed? What if I become what I want to be? What if everything goes right? You know what I'm saying? And you sort of, when you give yourself the framework of how you want to see the outcome, that's usually what happens. Unless it's like some big turn of events and you just lose. Sometimes you just lose. You can still think about how you want to take that L. You know what I'm saying? You can take it, be sore about it, be fighting everybody, be mad. Or you can take it and say, maybe I took that loss and I need to learn a lesson. Just think about it. Alright. Once you feel like it's done, I don't know how y'all eat y'all steak. Some people cook it 10 seconds on each side. I'm not doing that. But it's steaming on the other side. We got the smoke going up. It smells good, so come here. We're going to try to flip it. I like to do it. Throw some sardines. Scoop under. Lay it away from it. And you lay it toward yourself, you're going to bite in all of the oil. You gotta bite the oil. Not a good invitation. Another thing that I want to know is that everything in life is a risk. Watching the video of a risk. We talking right now is a risk. I could say anything like, but going to class is a risk. Waking up, going to bed. You never know what the next thing is gonna be. So why live in a world when you feel like you do? Always wash your food off. You never know what's like in it. I gotta get a disclaimer so I don't get flagged if one of y'all is cooking. And I did say in the video exclusively that you should wash your food off. I'm saying this to protect myself. Honestly, you can put the water in there. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. Put enough water in there. Long as it's clean. Long as it's clean, man. We made one mistake. We left our steak unattended. So, do not start a fire. It's okay. Everything is okay. It's alright. You got the nice sears on the other side. Alright. Steak's done. Okay. Alright, so again, do not try to grab the steak out the pan with your hands. Use your tongs. Alright, oh yeah, you can just take it out. Make sure the stove is off. Because with the fire on, you might get hit by the grease. Grease hit you. You might have to go to the hospital. I mean, it would be bad for you to go to the hospital, but there's nothing I can do at that point. I'll give you all the warnings. Steak's done. Okay, next is the The vegetables, all right. You gotta have vegetables. We're gonna use the grease that we had with the steak, you know what I'm saying, just to make it easier. So what you're gonna do is watch your pan and let it heat up, but not too hot. And remember, water and oil don't mix. You washed off the greens. When you sit the greens inside of the pan, it's gonna pop. Don't let it pop you. Let it pop the camera woman.
Now, why would you say that?
It was a joke, like.
Right. You really trying to get this A, huh? Huh? Yeah. All right.
Okay. Don't pop the camera woman. All right. Was that good enough? That was straight.
It was all right. Don't do that shit again, though. Do you understand?
Yeah, good.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna grab the vegetables.
All
All right. You want to grab the vegetables, all right? And then you want to... All right. Pan hot. Vegetables ready. It don't take much effort to do this part. I didn't even season the vegetables. If you season it by the pan already. Sometimes I use the whole bag because spinach shrink like when you put it in the pan. So you might think you're cooking a lot of spinach and then you get like this much. So the more the merrier, you know what I'm saying? It can never hurt to have too many things. And when it's simmered down, and you can tell it's ready when it's kind of withered like this. You don't want to overdo it, because then you'll be just eating some bullshit. But this should be enough. And I like to season mine, like in the pan. The water might have dulled the flavor just a little bit. So always taste your food. If you feel like you need some more seasoning, you can put some more on. But at that point, it's up to you. All right, I'm gonna grab the steak out the microwave. That's what was keeping it warm. It wasn't cooking it in there. And then grab your greens up off the plate. This is a whole bag, guys. So if you really like greens, eating a whole bag should be easy. And there you have it. Steak and spinach. Woo! I almost forgot to tell y'all the secret. So what y'all want to do is, after your steak get done cooking, throw some butter on the plate. My steak not as hot as I would like it to be right now. Dang, that's lame. But anyways. Alright, once you finally get the butter on the plate, grab your seasonings. I like to cut my steak up first. Grab my hands. That's the one time you can grab it with your hands when you're done. But just cut your steak up. Oh shit. My bad. Fork and knife. Cut your steak up. Alright, y'all don't need to see the spread. I want to thoroughly apologize for showing y'all that step with the butter. Let's scratch that for today. Because I didn't do it like as soon as it came out the pan, the steak not hot enough to melt the butter. It was supposed to look cool, be this whole thing. So instead, I'm gonna throw some butter in the microwave and like drizzle it over the steak and then season it. That was the surprise. I'm sorry.
Small.
That was the surprise. Disclaimer, if you in the Gateway kitchen, be careful with the Gateway microwaves. I don't know what it is about them, but they cook everything extremely like fast. Your food to get done in 2.5 seconds. So just throw the butter in there for half a second. You know, it should come out looking like this a little bit. And then you should be able to just pour it over your steak. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Juicy steak. You gotta talk to it like that so it tastes better. And then you can put whatever seasonings you're feeling, you know what I'm saying? These are the ones I'm usually rocking with. Little parsley flakes, you know what I'm saying? Make you look like you're fancy, you know what I'm saying? A little green to your steak, make it look healthy. Onion powder. I don't know, it just tastes good, you know what I'm saying? Some paprika, always love a little spice. Alright, you know what I'm saying? Throw that up on there. Steak grilling seasoning, that's good too. Throw it up on there. Not too much though. I told you about the high cholesterol, so be careful. Kanye pepper, cause I love Kanye West, so last but not least, this right here could save generations. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, but this right here could fix everything. I love garlic powder. You know, I'm gonna treat this one a little bit careful, you know what I'm saying? No, this can't be, bro. We're just, oh, okay, we got some. It might not look that appealing, but it is, I promise. The counter was magically cleaned. Let's see. That's how I do my steak. Try the greens. And one last thing I want to talk about is the body and comfortability. You see, our mind and body naturally want to feel comfortable, and it does that by finding routines to put itself into. That's why a lot of the times when you wake up, go to school, go to sleep, eat, and you have these constant routines, you start to feel like every day blends into each other because the body doesn't like recognizing time. And the only way it can recognize time is if you're doing a lot of different things, you know what I'm saying? So try to recognize where you feel like you being comfortable in your life. Are you being complacent? Can you be doing better? Can you challenge yourself? Every day, write down new ways that you feel like you can challenge yourself. Write down new ways you feel like you can step outside of your normal routine. What can you do different? Can you take a different path to walk on? Can you take a different route to school? Can you take a different route to work? What can you do different in your day to challenge your body to, face time, face experiences, try something new? You never know who you'll meet. And San Pellegrino, if you're watching this, please sponsor me. I need money.